Welcome to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're doing DNA activations. So Spirit called me to do this reading. We're going to be using the 3 decks that you see in front of you for all of the readings. So you really just want to choose number 1, number 2, or number 3, or you can choose the crystals that you see here as well from the main image. So that is the way that you can do the pile selection, even though there's nothing that is pre-prepared in this reading. It's all just going to be channeled through me. So we are going to see what kind of DNA activations are coming through for you at this time, what you need to know about those, and how to integrate them. All right, let's get into the readings. All right, hi group number 1, welcome to your reading. So what Spirit has guided me to do is to pull 3 cards from each one of these decks for every single group, and we're just going to see what comes through from those. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So for group number 1, I see these 3, okay. For group number 1, there we go. Group number 1. All right, so let's see what you have. You have Bumblebee Jasper, you have Rose Quartz, and Pink Granite. Okay. For your tarot cards, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely a DNA activation. It's very clear with the Ace of Wands. You have the 2 of Cups. So, and since it's sitting right underneath of Rose Quartz, I feel like this is definitely to do with relationships or your heart chakra. Okay, and then you have the Emperor. I love that with Pink Granite too. Like this energy is just very cohesive. So let's look at your final 3 cards. Actually, they're guiding me to wait for these. Okay, all right. So I'll leave those there then, and we'll look at the dragon cards last. So let me just tune into the energy and see what is going on with this DNA activation. So I did just feel called to pull the book for the crystals out and take a look at the keywords for each one of these stones. Bumblebee Jasper said trust, Rose Quartz was unconditional love, and then Pink Granite is the lightning bolt. So Pink Granite has the highest paramagnetic resonance of all stones and creates immense energy. The self-understanding of this crystal is you are an ancient Egyptian with the arcane knowledge that role entails, but you originated in the stars. You understand cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, and immortality. You have been involved in an ancient power struggle. Cut yourself loose, become more grounded. Learning experiences occur regularly, and serendipitous synchronicities put you in exactly the right place at the right time. Okay, so this is really about transformation and rebirth. It's funny because I'm being drawn to the timing, like there's the frequency, chakra, timing, and soul path, and the timing is out of the blue. And the soul path is a lightning conductor for positive change. So, and it's an all chakra. Wow, yeah, this is like, and I love that the next page here is Soulmate Twin Flame. Since you have Rose Quartz, the 2 of Cups, the Emperor, this is divine masculine energy that's being activated here, especially with the Ace of Wands. So this DNA activation is most likely something to do with a sacred union of some kind. It's focusing primarily on the heart chakra, but it's going to have an impact on all of the chakras. The thing that I want to note here is that it's about trust through rebirth and transformation. That's what Bumblebee Jasper was talking about. And then we have the death, transformation, rebirth, reincarnation cycles of the Pink Granite coming through. So I just get the sense that this DNA activation is opening your heart and expanding your capacity to hold 5th dimensional frequency of love. So let me just tune in now and take a look at your energy and see if there's anything that's needed to anchor in this activation, if it's already underway, or if we're going to be initiating it today. Okay, so they're saying we're not going to initiate it today. It's already underway. So you've already received the activation at some point leading up to watching this video. And yeah, it feels similar to Kundalini, but it's not quite the same. So the Kundalini activation is a DNA activation, but for you, this is actually coming from, it's coming through the crown chakra. So it's not coming from the base of the spine. It's coming from the crown. So it's coming from something outside of you. It's coming through you. It does feel like it's part of a soul blueprint activation as well. So it's not just the DNA at the physical, biological level. It's also the soul blueprint, which is held within the DNA. So that information does reside in the information in the structure of the DNA. So there's something within that soul blueprint that's being activated. I just heard embodiment. So yeah, this is definitely going to be about embodiment of divine love. It's going to be embodiment of your sacred fire and your sacred flame, I just heard. So this could definitely be twin flame related. There's some recall that may happen in regard to past lives. So there could be past lives where you and your twin flame came together, or you and this sacred partner in this divine union came together and catalyzed that 0 point energy. The process of this is, it's all about this transformation and this rebirth of the self, rebirthing the ego, rebirthing the body, rebirthing the soul, really is kind of what I'm getting here. It's like all levels, mind, body, soul complex in its entirety being reborn over and over and over again, not just from past life to past life, but many different incarnational cycles elsewhere as well, like in the star systems. So you're definitely a star seed, group number 1. The other aspect of this is the cycles of death and rebirth in this physical incarnation. So not just prior to or in previous incarnations. It's like just in this one lifetime, you've gone through cycles and cycles and cycles of rebirth, and you've completely revamped yourself. Like your body might look different than it did a month ago, or your outlook on life is vastly different than it was even a week ago. Like I feel like you cycle really quickly, group number 1. And you're group number 1 and you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so it's like really quick, fast moving energy. You're the type of person who goes first. I get the sense that you're a bit of a leader or a way shower, energetically speaking. So yeah, you like take the baton and you go first. If it was a relay race, it's like you go first. And oh, look at that. He's got a wand in his hand there too. So yeah, there's a sense of responsibility that comes along with this, but I feel like you do trust yourself. I think maybe what you're learning to do here in these cycles is to trust the process of this, because it does require you to continually shed old layers of yourself and old layers of pain or dysfunctional relationship patterns. It requires you to really integrate a lot of your shadow. They're calling me to look at more of the Bumblebee Jasper information in the book. Hold on. So Bumblebee Jasper's startling color Bumblebee Jasper's startling colors instill a new vibration. The stone stimulates new projects, bringing you the message that you must have honesty in your life. You are a divine being with immense inner riches, holding the bright, energizing light of the sun. You were born to carry out a specific task. Charismatic, you naturally attract people. You have inner strength and courageously go where others do not dare. Harvest your resources and put them to work to heal dis-ease. Okay. Yeah, it's new possibilities, very Ace of Wands, especially since it's sitting there. And it did mention new projects, which the Ace of Wands does cover. So I just get the sense that there's something that you need to be doing in this lifetime, or that you're feeling called to. So this DNA or this soul blueprint activation, yes, it's to do with love, but it's also to do with some kind of a project. Again, you're taking the lead on something, you're going first, you're treading where others dare not to, you know what I mean? So it's like you're definitely a way shower, you're definitely a path maker. Yeah, you forge ahead is what I just heard, like the phrase, you forge ahead. So you are the emperor of your life. This is very divine masculine energy, but if you're a divine feminine in that end of the polarity spectrum, you still have to integrate and act on the divine masculine within you. So either way, this applies. It is the balance between the two sides, right? The masculine and feminine polarity within ourselves, and specifically within our heart. That's what activates the 0 point field and catalyzes the connection to another soul who mirrors and reflects that. And then that DNA activation really, really like picks up speed is what I'm hearing. So there's something that you're being called to do. This DNA activation is kind of prompting you to do some kind of a project. This could be something creative. This could be something to do with your spiritual purpose or your mission here. Could have something to do with relationships, but I'm feeling like it's more, if business and relationships are intertwined for you, then that could be, you know, it's like part and parcel. But if they're separate, then I do feel like this is the project that this is activating is definitely something that's more business oriented. And then the relationship aspect of it, or the love aspect of it, is kind of something that's happening simultaneously but parallel to that. They're interconnected though. So that project, it's like there's something to do with that energy that helps the romantic aspect or the love aspect of this to move along. So because we are whole beings, we can't really separate parts of our life or parts of actions of, you know, ourself, because we are everything. You know what I mean? Like we are energetically connected to everything that we're doing and everything that we're creating and putting out there or being. So if we're acting one way in one area and we're acting another way in another area, if they're not aligned, those will cancel out. So that's why having these two things aligned in maybe the intention or the energy behind them, which could be trust, unconditional love, and being this like light for like energy on the planet, anchoring light, anchoring love, anchoring the divine masculine frequency, or the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay, now they're telling me we need to get these ones out, so let's do that. All right, so you have the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. Definitely fast-moving energy here, emotional with the 5 of Cups, the heart chakra being emphasized once again, and then you have the Page of Coins. So most definitely a new project of some kind. I just get the sense that there's going to be some quick movement forward when it comes to a project. But with the 5 of Cups, I do get the sense that there's a necessary phase of grieving that will come as you rebirth yourself. As you completely transform, it's like you kind of have to shed those layers of your old self, or you have to let go of an old project, or you have to let go of an old relationship, or something from the past is needing to transform. And even if it's not fully leaving your life, it's changing in some significant way. And so because of that, it does feel like there's some grief that needs to be processed there around that. Maybe that's part of this project too. But I just get the sense that things are going to move along really quickly. Yeah, Kitty for confirmation, if you can hear her in the background. So things are going to move along really quickly. This may even have to do with communication, even though we don't have any swords cards here in the reading. The 8 of Wands is about, or can be about, communication. And Kitty is meowing and communicating. So I get the sense that, yeah, this is definitely something to do with your ability to communicate something to do with a project, and interrelated in some way with relationships, or your core sense of love and your ability to anchor that love and that light through you and embody it. So I'm pretty sure that that's everything that they wanted to say to you, group number 1. Let me just double check. They're showing me like waves of activations kind of coming in, so it's not even just like one big activation that you've been through. I think that this is like a whole bunch of little waves of activations that are coming in increments, and then they're kind of building. It's like the waves build as you're able to retain that energy and integrate that energy. Actually, let me ask about integration, because that is something that it's important to know about, so I'll just ask. They're saying that your integration will be through your expression of work, whatever that means. So yeah, this project or this work or this whatever you're doing on a daily basis, that's going to be how you're integrating. The more that you take action, the more that you also apply the subconscious mind and use the trust of the what am I trying to say here? It's like the trust of the combined self. So it's like trusting your shadow self and your light self, bringing those together and being able to take action in a quick, efficient, direct way. Because again, I just see you guys like running with a baton. So you're doing something. But this is a relay race because those are the only kinds of races that involve batons, I'm pretty sure. So there's somebody else involved in this as well, but I feel like you're kind of getting the ball rolling here. You're initiating things, and the integration is through the action or application of these ideas, these insights, inspirations, creative expression, whatever this is. And then there's going to be somebody else who you pass the baton to, and then you kind of just keep going in a circle like that. It's definitely cyclical. It's definitely, it's coming in waves and it's coming in cycles. So that is what I see for you, group number 1. I really hope that this helped and gave you some insight into these activations and upgrades that you're going through and some of the potential context for that. So I'm sending you so much love and grounding, protection, and integration to support you in this process or through this point in your soul journey. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I so appreciate you. And thank you for liking the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave your ideas for upcoming topics of pick a card readings in the comment section below. And if I feel called to them or they resonate with me or spirit, then you will see those on the channel. So thank you, guys. I love you. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your DNA activation reading. So we're going to use 3 cards from each one of these decks because that's what Spirit has guided me to do for this reading. We're also going to check and see what activations either are going on currently for you or that you're here to receive. So let's take a look first at your cards. So we'll start with the crystal deck. So this one. Oh, you got, yeah, no, that's good. Okay. And 3 cards here. Oh, there's 3 there. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to leave your dragon cards to the side and we'll look at those after. Start with your crystal cards. So you have halite. You have Muakkite jasper, and you have flint. Okay. And then for your tarot cards, you have the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Fool card. Okay. So I'm just going to sit with the energy for a second here, see what I'm picking up, and then we'll go on. So group number 2, the first thing I'm noticing is that you have the 2 4s here. Obviously, the 4s represent stability, so I feel like you're integrating right now, or you're in the process of kind of either letting some things go or looking at some places where you have attachment so that you can let those things go and move forward into freedom. I also like that you have a 3 and a 2 here. It almost feels like a countdown. It's so weird. I'm seeing 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's like a cycle that kind of moves back on itself like this. So it does feel like you are in the mid stage of a DNA activation process right now. So what is a DNA activation process? Well, essentially we get activated, we start to unlock codes within our genetic physicality. So within the DNA structure, within the consciousness, within the soul blueprint, there's varying layers of that. So we get the activation, we go through the integration, and then we start the application stage, which is where we begin taking action on what is being unlocked and practicing that, mastering that, expressing that. So integration phases can also come along with release. That's what I'm seeing here from the 4s, is that you're in a sort of a cleanse phase. And that's what halite, I don't even know, halite, that's what halite does. So it's the master cleanser. Halite draws out impurities from your physical, energetic, and soul bodies. It dissolves old patterns, negative thoughts, and toxic emotions, promoting emotional well-being. Halite stimulates the meridians and grounds the healing properties of other crystals. And then the other crystals you have are flint, which is portal power, stabilizes energy and cuts through to the core of issues, clearing blockages and loosening ties. It opens portals to other worlds and hidden aspects of yourself. And then Muakkite jasper is the dream time balances inner and outer experiences. It encourages versatility and openness to new experiences, helping you choose the right path. So that's exactly what I'm seeing here from your tarot cards as well. It's like there's a cleansing, there's a release, there's a severing of old attachments or attachments that you held on to things in the past, emotionally or physically, so that you can choose a path that's more aligned for you. So this integration stage for you is coming with a lot of release, a lot of cleansing, a lot of purging, even possibly. And it's important to ground through that. So making sure that you are grounding regularly. Look at the trees in these two cards, right? So getting out into nature, connecting with trees specifically, or just grounding yourself, putting your feet on the grass. I'm hearing Touch Grass by Baby No Money in my head. Get outside. Touch grass. So go touch grass. This activation needs to be anchored. That's another part of the integration phase, is anchoring it into the physicality. That's what the Four of Pentacles is really good at here, but it's also about releasing attachment to any physical things that are holding you back, keeping you stuck, or preventing you from opening up and really utilizing this activation efficiently. I see that this is going to open up new pathways for you. So this is already beginning, as is what I just heard. It's already beginning to open up pathways for you. You're moving forward. You're taking steps in new and untested directions, is what Spirit just said. So new and untested directions that the past you wouldn't have moved toward, like you wouldn't have even considered that as an option. But with this activation, what it's doing is unlocking within your DNA the capacity to see things in a broader, expanded perspective, so you can see the options that are truly available to you. Whereas before you may have only seen 1, 2, or 3 paths. Now you're seeing like 17, and you can choose more effectively which one feels right for you, which one's going to bring you a sense of joy, peace, expansion, freedom, abundance, whatever it is you're looking to create in your life. So I get the sense that you guys actually need a little bit of energetic support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you some energy healing. If you would like to receive that, either like the video, comment, or if you're already subscribed to the channel and you've already done all those things, you can just give consent, verbally out loud or in your head. Doesn't matter. Energy is all about intention. So if you've given consent intentionally at that conscious level, you're going to receive the energy. If you don't want it, just say no. Okay. So I'm going to start sending you guys the energy now. So for group number 2, sending them healing, stability, it's specifically going in through the sacral chakra is what I'm seeing. So there is some release going on in your sacral chakra. It's moving down out through the root. Yeah, that's why you need to ground so much. Your root chakra is going through an upgrade right now. So that's very much connected to your physical body. And that's what DNA activations are. They're physical level upgrades. So I do feel as though grounding foods are going to be helpful. Things like potatoes, root vegetables, turnips, rutabagas, anything that's grown underneath the earth. I mean, there's root right in the word, root vegetables. So they're for the root chakra. They're definitely emphasizing grounding, getting outside, putting your feet on the grass, connecting to the earth. And they're emphasizing the sensory experiences, which makes sense given that we're talking about the sacral chakra, where the activation is coming through the sacral chakra. So smelling the fresh air, feeling the sun on your skin, touching the bark of a tree. These types of sensory experiences are emphasized here. Positive sensory experiences are important to activate this DNA. I just heard the word initialize this DNA. It's almost like it's like technology, right? You got to initialize something. You're going through upgrades, like software upgrades, downloads, new iOS system, that kind of thing. It's the same thing energetically. Anything that we create as humans is as above, so below. So the systems of the universe are represented in our physical systems, and the systems that we create also mirror and replicate those natural systems, even if they're technological. It's all the same thing. So, Releasing, 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 grounding, anchoring, purging, integrating, letting go, moving on, moving forward, moving up. There we go. Good. Okay, now let's take a look at your dragon cards. Oh, they're saying not yet. There's one more thing. Some of you, it might even be helpful to do a bladder cleanse, is what I just heard, because it's sacral chakra integration. So, I don't even know, Spirit, can you give some recommendations on bladder cleansing? I'm seeing aloe vera juice. I think that's also for the colon as well. So kind of double duty. Aloe vera juice, cranberry juice. I just heard rooibos tea. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Raspberry leaf tea. I know that's one that I use. That's just my recommendation, not from Spirit, because that's just one that I like to have in my routine. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a naturopath. I am not qualified in that sense to give you guys this kind of recommendation. So it's all free will. Take it or leave it. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at your cards now. You have the Four of Coins. So that's the same card, Four of Pentacles and Four of Coins. You have this one twice. So this is definitely about releasing something, anchoring something as well. The Four of Coins can be about pulling something down. Part of that can be positive in this sense. Part of it is some things that need to be released. You have the Knight of Swords. The scales of balance really standing out to me there. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. So yeah, it is root chakra related, which is why it needs to be anchored and grounded. The physical body is probably going through a lot. You guys might be tired. You might be needing extra rest. They're saying balance this out. Feel into your body. When it's asking for stimulation, give it stimulation. When it's asking for sleep or rest or grounding, then give it that. So it needs to be a little bit of an intuitive process here. Definitely getting out in the trees. I keep seeing the trees in all of these cards. Like get out into the forest. That's going to help. Even if you have like one singular tree in your backyard or on your street, just go stand next to it. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Just go stand next to it. And you can get to know the trees too. That's like kind of an aside, but like you can make friends with the trees. You can have a relationship with them. It's give and take, right? Because you give energy to them, they give energy to you. It's kind of like the same way that they breathe in what we breathe out and vice versa. I'm seeing the soap bubbles in this card about cleansing. So you guys, and flint kind of feels like a cleansing type of energy to me as well. So you guys might need to cleanse your energy. And the simplest, easiest, most conventional way to do this is quite literally just taking a shower, cleaning your house, cleaning your physical, your body, your vessel. You can do other things. You can do smudging, saging, cleansing sprays, salt baths, meditations, visualizations, energy bubbles around you, all, whatever floats your boat, whatever works for you and is effective, do that. But the easiest way to do it is quite literally just a shower or take a bath. And if you want to amp it up, then visualize white light showering over you as the water washes away the dirt on your body. Visualize the lower energy, anything that's ready to be released, going down the drain. That can help too. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to address here. Yeah, they're emphasizing the 444. So 444 might be a number activation that is emphasizing or activating this within your DNA. So you might notice repeating sequences of fours. The fours are also about protection and stability. I always think of fours as like the four legs of a table or a chair. So it's all about stability, structure. Yeah, it's like the box that he's sitting on here in the Four of Pentacles. It's very grounding. It's anchoring. It's like the roots of the tree. So I see that being emphasized again, grounding. They just keep bringing it back to that, but also four is protection. And one of the greatest tools of protection that you have in your arsenal is to cleanse your energy. Because whatever you release and let go of out of your soul blueprint can no longer be attracted to you. It's no longer in resonance. It doesn't magnetize. You don't create it. It doesn't come to you. So the best protection is release, letting go, cleansing, purging, Integration can also be a form of release. You know, so I feel like people always want to let go of stuff, but sometimes integrating is the most effective way to let go, because we no longer have an attachment to it or a rejection of it. And so, you know, the energetic attachment to it goes away. The energetic resistance, I should say, dissipates. So that is what I see for you, group number 2. This DNA activation is full on underway. You're mid-phase through this already. It's opening up new paths for you. There's going to be new ventures, new experiences, new sensory, new physical expressions through your body is what I'm seeing here. And that's going to lead to new opportunities. But for now, just anchor, release, cleanse, purge, create stability, ground. That's really the emphasis here, is to ground yourself. All right, so that is what I see. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this helped and that it served you in integrating this activation and continuing on your spiritual journey for your greatest and highest good. And so it is. Love you guys. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your DNA activation reading. So we're going to pull 3 cards from each one of the decks because that's what Spirit has guided me to do. And then we're going to get an idea of what stage of your DNA activation you're in, or if you're needing one right now. So let's start with the crystal deck. So we'll get 3 cards from here. I see those 2 as well. We'll get 3 cards from this deck as well. Oh, that's 2, 3. And then, oh, that's 2. Nope, not that one. This one, nope. There it is. Okay, good. So we're going to save your dragon cards till after. We'll start with the crystal cards. So you have, trigonic quartz, chrysocolla, and black tourmaline. Wow. It's an interesting combination of energies there. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. You have the 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, so let me just tune into this energy really quickly and we'll see what's going on here. All right, so group number 3, the first thing I want to note is that trigonic quartz is about the soul's code. So it holds the secrets of the universe and rapidly expands your awareness of multidimensions. It's cosmic coding for the soul. So you're definitely going through a soul level activation, soul level blueprint, shift and change. Now, I did also want to note here that black tourmaline is about protection. It absorbs negative energy and affords excellent energetic protection, enhancing your physical vitality. The chrysocolla is about self-love. So this is tranquil and sustaining. Chrysocolla encourages you to remain serene and strong during change or challenge, dissolving destructive emotional programming. It increases energy assimilation. And when I tuned in energetically and I asked Spirit what stage of this activation you're in, they told me that you're coming out the tail end of it. So it's interesting because group number 1 was in the beginning stage of an activation, group number 2 was in the middle where they were integrating, and you, group number 3, are coming out the end of it. So it's almost like you can watch them in succession, and that's the arc of the activation cycle, which is really interesting. The trigonic quartz is bringing in very high level soul codes that you've been grounding and anchoring. You've been needing a lot of protection, and there's been some release that has come from this process. You may have had to deal with a lot of fears, a lot of resistance, especially in the mind coming up. The self-love is helping to break these old patterns, or has helped to break these old patterns of restriction, limitation, and just programs of the mind, like old limiting beliefs, for lack of a better word, but even more so than that, it's like programming of the matrix in the mind. So essentially it's like, this, you're human, you're limited, you're just the ego, you can only do this. And you're breaking out of those through this awareness of your whole self, and that's achieved through soul integration, which activates soul love. So you're kind of like teaming up with yourself, your higher self, and you working together to I just heard the word ameliorate. What does that mean, Spirit? They said get rid of. I don't know if that's what that word actually means, but that's kind of what they meant, is like getting rid of anything that is keeping you stuck, trapped, blind to your own power, or limited in any way. And you've had to do this in a bit of a process of these cycles. It feels like this has kind of been going on for a little while. So you've had to be patient with that. You've had to tend to your crop, is what they just said. And that's usually what the Seven of Pentacles is in the imagery here. He's sitting in a tree, but usually it's like a crop, and he's kind of tending to it, seeing, do I need to water it? Does it need fertilizer? Do I need to prune? Do I need to just leave it? So I get the sense that you've kind of had to make some little adjustments along the way as you've been integrating this soul activation, these soul codes. And interestingly enough, I was called by Spirit. The next video that I'm going to be making, I haven't made it yet, but the next one on the channel is going to be soul song activations. So stick around for that as well. I feel like you guys are going to benefit from that particularly out of all the groups today. Yeah, I just get the sense that you've kind of had to make some adjustments and be patient with this process as it's been unfolding over a period of time. So this is actually a much longer term activation. We can go through shorter cycles, longer cycles, and extremely long cycles. This one for you feels like it's been going on for about a year. So yeah, within the last kind of 365 days or so, you guys have been going through this kind of process of working with your higher self, activating and healing the self-love, releasing and protecting, grounding, integrating, doing these little tweaks and adjustments as you go along, but really activating this enlightened consciousness. It's like a much more expanded expression of yourself. And so because of that, you're able to, like I said, release these limiting beliefs in a very powerful way. Okay, let me see if there's anything you need to kind of close out this cycle, because I feel like you're coming to the tail end of it now. Yeah, you've got I just heard about 3 months more, which in the grand scheme of things is not that long. I know 3 months from where you're sitting now might feel like a long time, but it's not in the grand scheme of this activation cycle. And you have smaller activation cycles within that. It's like spirals within spirals within spirals is what they're showing me. But this one is a larger one, and it's closing out. So in the next 3 months, what do they need, Spirit? Yeah, they just said patience. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you just need some patience with the process. Give yourself the grace to be able to move through this at the pace that it requires, because this is going to be worth it in the long run, is what they're saying. It's going to help you to collaborate with other people. I see that with the Three of Pentacles and Chrysocolla. Your self-love is going to have a direct impact on how you interact with the world around you. And that's a big part of this activation, and freeing yourself from the mental traps that some others may have imparted on you or passed down to you intentionally or unintentionally. How do we learn these negative programs? Well, it's through society, it's through other people, it's through our parents, friends, family, school, jobs, all of those areas. They kind of confirm and re-imprint that programming, because it's like the operating system, but you're breaking free from that, and it's going to be really, really liberating for you to break free from that, because you're going to free yourself from those traps, those limitations, and you're going to be more free to choose for yourself. It's free will. If you want to stay in those programs, you totally can. That's part of free will. But if you don't, well, now you have the option not to. Yeah, so within the next 3 months, I see somebody packing up boxes. Somebody might be moving. Or this could just be a metaphor for getting rid of things or changing your environment. But the Eight of Swords can be about not moving like feeling stuck. So I guess maybe in the next 3 months there will be movement. Maybe it will be physical. Or maybe you're just getting rid of some old things that you don't want anymore. You know, giving them to Goodwill or something like that. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But you don't really need anything from me, is what I'm feeling. You know, because I can offer energetic support, I can offer activations, I can offer release, things like that. But you guys are actually doing this very well on your own. You don't need anything from outside of you. So we will leave it at that. But let's take a look at your dragon cards. Oh, wow, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. And as soon as I saw the wheel, it was like the wheel of time. So from one season going all the way around, the wheel is a year. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting. So it's a year that this has been underway. Okay, you have the Two of Cups. Well, that's beautiful because that's very much about self-love and your relationships and collaborations with other people. I feel like this is a lot of healing in regard to your heart chakra and your ability to find your own path, because they're showing me here in the Wheel of Fortune this little what is that, compass? I was going to say sundial, but it's compass. And what are sundials for? They track time. Yeah, cycles of time that we can actually perceive. And then the compass here is another dial, but this one is for direction. So I get the sense that you guys are finding your own direction in life, where maybe you were kind of programmed with other people's ideas of where you should be or what you should do. This year-long activation phase is putting you back into a position to choose for yourself, whatever that happens to look like. And you have the Queen of Wands. Ooh. Yeah, the Queen of Wands, I'm getting travel from this card. I'm getting entrepreneurship from this card. I just heard business venture, collaborations. Oh yeah, the Three of Pentacles can be work collaborations, business associations, recognition for your skill, your talents. Requisition. What is requisition? You might be requested, sought after. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands here, I feel like this, it's very much to do with your purpose. I just heard passage as well. So I get the sense of like moving or traveling, or it's like a rite of passage, perhaps. It's to do with your life path, which does involve career, it does involve your work, it does involve your soul mission, and it certainly involves other people and your relationships, love, platonic, business, all of it. It involves your mindset, it involves your physical circumstances, your home, your money. Yeah. It's a whole big thing. And it's all going to improve. This activation is helping you to improve these things in a big way. Freeing yourself. Protecting yourself by freeing yourself too. I see pathways closing down that were not aligned to you. It's like no entry. Can't go that way. They might have been options before, but they're not anymore because you're not aligned to them anymore, or you won't be once this is fully anchored in. No, you already aren't. Okay, good, yeah. Because you're 3/4 of the way through this, so your energy has shifted enough that you're no longer an energetic resonant match to those old potential timelines, those old frequencies. So now it's really just about looking at all the new options that are opening up, because I'm seeing like there's very, very bright, highlighted new pathways that are becoming available to you. So yes, new potentials for travel, movement, upgrades, I just heard. Upgrades to your living situation, upgrades to your finances, upgrades to your relationships, to your creative expression. If you own a business, upgrades to your business. If you're an artist, upgrades to your skills, I just heard as well. If you're a psychic, upgrades to your psychic abilities. Wow, this is a big one. Really cool. Oh, I'm so excited for you, group 3. And it's fast, within the next 3 months or so. Oh, they just told me I'm in this group. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, see, sometimes you get so caught up in the minutia of life, it's really easy to kind of overlook these larger cycles that are going on. It's also easy to forget, where was I about a year ago, or like 9 months ago? Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So this started 9 months ago, and it's ending in 3 months, which makes it a year. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, sometimes it's hard to remember. Where was I? What was I doing? What started around that time? But they're actually emphasizing us, or encouraging us, I should say, to look back at that time and to kind of see where we were at then, and then where we've moved since then, and that's kind of giving an indication of where we're going. So the changes in our frequency, and I'm saying "are" because, again, I'm part of this group too. The changes to our frequency are, opening up lots of new potentials. Ooh, exciting. New relationships, new creative expression, new business ventures, lots of new fun pathways. Oh, exciting. Okay, so this is a timeless reading, so whenever you happen to click on it is when that time period is relevant for. But for those of you who are watching it at the time this is coming out or premiering on the channel, this is the end of June, so July, August, September. So by September or thereabouts, this will have completely anchored. And this cycle will have completed. They just said come to its full completion, conclusion, or fruition. It's like harvest time, because you get to harvest the benefits of all of the work that has been put in over the last year of that cycle. All right. Really cool. Love to see that. So that is what I have for you, group number 3. I hope that this served you and supported you on your spiritual awakening journey. Let me know how this resonates or what your path has looked like. I know for me, I've been through a lot of transformation, so I have a feeling you guys can relate. All right. So I'm sending you guys so much love, protection, blessings, and support as you continue to move through this cycle and step into your freedom and soul empowerment. Much love, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye.